we have this next panel, which is once again previous winners, and this will allow us a little bit of insight as to who or the process and what Launch Rural Nevada did for their businesses moving forward. And so I think it'll be interesting to hear what this event did and what kind of connections that these folks made in the process, what they learned from the process, and so forth. But our moderator, we're going to go ahead and kind of move forward, and hopefully folks jump on. Like I say, it's a pretty casual event, so everything will be kind of done discussion style. But with that said, our moderator this morning, I'm pleased to introduce, is the CEO of the Rural Nevada Development Corporation, which is headquartered out of Ely. This organization was the Northeastern Nevada Regional Development Authority's economic development top gun for 2023 because of all of the work that they do for small businesses throughout rural Nevada. And I would say if you're looking for funding and you're looking for assistance as it pertains to capital, undoubtedly get a hold of Miss Mary Kerner and her team at the Rural Nevada Development Corporation. Check them out because they are a tremendous help oftentimes when no one else is. And so we encourage you to do that. So Mary, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. Welcome everybody. Let's start with Melinda. Can you give us just like a 1 minute, maybe 1 minute, 30-second overview of who you are and what your business was that you won as a previous winner?
My name is Melinda Mort, and I represent Secure Exits, and I'm from Valley, Nevada, and I placed 4th last year. And my business is a retail business. I am a teacher, and I designed a product for lockdown shelter-in-place procedures for schools, so basically school safety. And so the pitch competition allowed me to get some practice in presenting my product and just helping me present and get out there and let people know that I'm out there and that these products are available to help schools.
Thank you, Melinda. How about you, Taylor? Can you do the same just so the panel knows who we're talking to and what your business idea was?
Yep. Hey guys, my name's Taylor Parrish, and I'm the founder of AOE Greens, Anywhere on Earth Greens. My business idea was vertical automated farming. So I went through and patented a system that allows you to harvest plants on an indoor farm, whether it's vertical or single level. And the automation is a quick solution or a quick fix to some of the labor issues in that market. And it kind of addresses bringing traditional agriculture into future agriculture or future farming, where in traditional agriculture, you have a tractor. Now in indoor agriculture, you can have a tractor as well. So that's definitely one of the pieces. And then as far as this event, I believe I was in the 2nd year pitch program with it. So about 2 years ago. And it's been a huge experience. The networking that comes out of this, people that you meet, it's definitely worth it.
Thank you. And Taylor, we'll continue with you. What were some of the key challenges you faced immediately after competing, and how did you navigate those challenges?
I would say immediately after competing, it's definitely some of the reach out that you get and some of the people that you interact with. It's trying to see, okay, what do they have to offer and what's available, and then what do you have to offer them? So why are they approaching you, and what's their thought behind it? Then obviously trying to fine tune that and also figure out, maybe it's not a today's situation, but maybe it's a tomorrow situation. So being able to take the various conversations that you have as you continue to network and meet new people in the industry, but also in the business network here in Nevada, trying to figure out, where those people can help you the most, and then where you're at as far as your business and what kind of questions you should ask to help get some of that help.
Okay. Melinda, how did placing in a competition impact your business, both in terms of funding and exposure?
Well, I received some funding for getting 4th place. I think that it helped with exposure and just personal improvement about pitching my product and trying to reach out to different people that might be able to help. I agree with Taylor, trying to figure out how to navigate kind of the marketing aspect of things and ask the right questions to get the help that you need. So those were some of the challenges that I had after the
Okay.
pitch competition.
So you and Taylor have both talked about the marketing piece kind of being one of the biggest challenges and knowing what questions to ask. Did you seek outside help for that, like either through like a counselor or a mentor or an advisor? And Melinda, we'll start with you and then we'll circle back to Taylor.
So I was in the RUBA program before the pitch competition. And so that really helped. My mentor was Kelly Northridge, and she's been great throughout this whole process. And she even she helped me create my pitch. And so she's been instrumental in helping me get my business, launched. And so I had that support before and after the RUBA program was over. And I also touched base with her not too long ago. That's the help that I had before the pitch program. And then I still had contacts with her in that mentorship program after.
Okay, so that mentorship was a positive experience for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Taylor, how about you?
I would say very similarly. I had a lot of good mentors and a lot of good people that I connected with before coming to this program, and that's always a huge help because they give you a lot of this network's connected. So they give you a good landing pad for even the new people you're about to meet and where you're about to go. And then I think one of the powerful takeaways was I ended up meeting up with the NNDA, which was an organization, the Northern Nevada Development Authority, that I hadn't done much networking with before. And then during this Rule NB launch day, connected with them, and that actually turned into a very good relationship. I was able to network with even some other business communities, some small rural areas here in Nevada, and then also kind of hear what the scene's like. So what some of the bigger scene is. So what's cool with the NNDA is they get a lot of those large projects that are coming in. So something like Tesla or a huge boom in the area, they're usually the guys who get the heads up on it. So if you're a new business starting out, if you have a product that can work with some of those companies or be a part of it, they're a good source to help you kind of get in front of those people, or also, find what that opportunity might be, whether it's that business coming in and you have a good business that works next to it, or a good business that works in synergy with it, and they might be able to help you get in touch with those people. So,
Very good. So another
same
positive
thing.
experience.
Very positive, and same thing, it goes very deeply into kind of analyzing where you're at with your business and then where all these individual organizations kind of play a part within Nevada. So some of them will help with a lot of startup businesses, some of them will help with a lot of big businesses just starting up in Nevada. And so kind of depending on where your business is at and who you're looking to serve or help, different organizations can kind of point you in those various directions, which I think same thing through this program, you learn and develop.
Very good. Thank you. So now we talked about kind of marketing and what your business was, and then the help and the mentorship that you received after. Melinda with the RUBA staff and Taylor with the NNDA staff. So Taylor, we'll have you go first on this one. Can you share your insights on how you negotiated with potential investors or partners after you placed in the competition? Did that improve for you? Was it more difficult? Were you able to leverage that as funding? Did you have to get a loan? Like, well, what did that landscape look like for you?
I would say it was a little bit all the above. It definitely worked as a good leverage point and a good proof of concept. And then actually out of this, I had someone reach out to me from Minnesota area that had kind of followed some of this or seen some of it online. And he had actually sponsored a project with me a couple months after this program. So I think it brought obviously some highlight in my business, but also some confidence. And that relationship after about 2.5, 3 years has continued to flourish. And we're actually in talks about a whole nother kind of regenerative biosystem that he's working on over in Minnesota that we can start to put into our systems or into our business plan. So it all in all was super awesome. And same thing does give you a leg up, because when people see that other people are behind you and believing in you, they start to join in. And so I would say that, if anything, it's one little piece to put you higher up on the pedestal so that people notice you and want to interact and get in this group that's forming.
Very good. Thank you. And Melinda, how about you?
Well, I'm in the process of trying to get more funding. And so I think the recognition and, like Taylor said, just the proof of concept really helps. And so I'm hoping that it will, and I believe that it will. So I don't have that funding coming in, but I am seeking out right now more funding for it. And I think just having the pitch competition under my belt just helps to add to my resume.
Great, thank you. And is that Jolene that has joined us there in?
It
in
is,
person?
Mary.
Okay,
Better
perfect.
late than
Welcome,
never.
Jolene. Welcome. And so why don't you jump in here and just give us, we did an introduction, like take a minute and just tell us, introduce to the panel or to the group who you are and what your business was that you won the competition with.
My name is Jolene Supp, and I won the competition pitching my business, Main Street Quilts, which is a retail quilt store in Wells, Nevada.
Right. And so, Jolene, what strategies have you used to sustain and grow the business following your success from the pitch competition?
Well, the business has definitely grown significantly. Advertising, as well as we've now launched an online Etsy store that is really proving very well. I've also incorporated shows into my model. And so I will be at the Phoenix show. I'll be at Battle Mountain. I'll be in Spring Creek, all the local ones, Wells, that type of thing. Those are all day or 2-day events, as well as it hasn't hurt that we have simultaneously launched what we refer to as the Main Street Mall, which sounds pretty good for Wells, Nevada. There are 5 other businesses. And so there's some local events going on there also that have really helped with the bottom line. We have classes going now, increased inventory, that doesn't hurt. I have a big Facebook presence. I try to be on social media, both my website as well as Facebook daily. And so those factors all together have really grown the business.
Okay. So kind of piggybacking off of what you said about, more advertising in the Etsy store, which has given you more exposure, and then you kind of has diversified and added classes and more shows. So I'm taking from that your exposure definitely affected the marketing and your sales efforts, but were there any unexpected consequences or maybe opportunities that came from your increase in marketing and now having the Etsy store?
Well, one of the unexpected, first of all, I didn't realize, or my vision for the online store was not exactly across the entire country. That's been a positive. We ship fabric all over, and it's amazing that way. Maybe a negative off of that is it takes a lot of time to be, online, maintaining your website, maintaining your Etsy store, that type of thing. And so, but it's all positive.
Great, thank you. Melinda, how about you? Have you witnessed any type of maybe negative consequences or opportunities out of kind of your increase of exposure as a winner?
I think just the exposure, I can't give a specific example, but I'm still going to different shows and different school safety conferences. And I think that it just adds to my confidence to keep the product out there and to keep showing the product and to keep going with it, to try to keep improving.
Very good, thank you. How about you, Taylor?
I think piggybacking on what Melinda said is super huge right there. It's not only getting the exposure, but it's showing that you're still confident in your business, that you still want to push forward and keep going. So for example, my Minnesota opportunity that came up, he had been kind of seeing me online and followed some of it before. And then obviously through this event was like, hey, let's see if I can double back on that. And there's an experiment I want to run and a test I want to do. So it definitely opened up that door. And then from there, word of mouth is a huge thing. So the more that you can kind of keep the people that you're working with happy right now and kind of same thing, figure out how to meet some of those needs, the larger it grows. At this point, I have projects in New Jersey, Michigan, Minnesota, Arizona. So it grows relatively quick once you kind of same thing show, hey, I'm still here. I'm still going to keep pushing. And then obviously that exposure piece and then the word of mouth through that exposure is been a huge success for me, and I'm sure others will see as well.
Thank you. Melinda,
Mary,
this
if
one's
I
for-
could add,
Sure.
if I could add, the pitch day exposure was amazing. And the amount of people that came through the door and said, I saw that you were successful at pitch day. That was really surprising. And kudos to the Nevada Launch group, because that was at a local level very positive. People really look at your advertisement.
Okay. And Melinda, do you can you share what motivated you to participate in the contest to begin with?
Well, I got the email from Sarah Beebe and I looked at it, and because I was previously in the RUBA program, I wanted to continue with the mentorship and improving the business and getting some practice pitching the product, and it's just another way of exposing the business and just getting that exposure out there and pitching the product, and hopefully making connections with people that could help with school safety and school security. You don't know who's in the audience, and so it's just that exposure. And I think that's what motivated me to do the pitch competition.
Okay. Taylor, what advice would you have for entrepreneurs preparing to pitch their ideas at this competition?
I would say one big piece, keep a smile on your face, keep positive about your idea. If you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're trying to do, people will follow and people will believe in you, because you wouldn't have come up with the idea and you wouldn't believe in it if it wasn't something that was real. And at the end of the day, you're the person who did the research, you're the person who understands the business. So your primary job is to make other people excited about it and help them understand what you've spent a lot of time in learning and doing. So I would definitely say keep your head up, smile, be happy with it, and then also utilize these opportunities. Even if you don't come through and win today, there's plenty of wins for the future. So that's one thing I learned is like Melinda, this wasn't my first involvement in some of this pitching stuff, but it was one of my first large victories or one of my first wins. So with that being said, it's really good to keep your head up, even if this is a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone to a lot more. So regardless of the outcome, keep your head up, smile, and keep after it.
Thank you. Jolene, can you discuss the role of mentorship or any guidance that you had received through the process? Did you seek out any type of advisory capacity or business counseling from anyone after you won the competition or before?
So I, like Melinda, was one of the RUBA students. And the challenge that I had was, because of my previous profession, I had a conflict of interest taking any of the money. And so I did the RUBA on my own and didn't have the financial backing at the same time as far as that goes. Now, since then, obviously the connection with SBDC is important. The continued connectivity with RUBA is very good. And they're always there too, to bounce off ideas and keep things going that way. So I would strongly encourage somebody, just because you've completed the program, don't stop with them. Stay on that mentorship. Two heads are always better than one. So, yeah.
Right. Thank you. Taylor, what are some key lessons that you have learned that you wish you would have known before winning the competition? Kind of like if you'd have known then what you know now type thing.
Yep. I would definitely say try to keep it short and simple. So try to figure out what your first path to market is, what your easiest path to market is, and don't be afraid to go after that and kind of surround it a little bit. Because once you get your feet on the ground, the other opportunities just come and open up. So one of the things you'll learn as you meet with these business people, with these investors, with these mentors, the whole nine, they'll go through and they'll help you identify that. They'll key in on some of the things that you talk about or that you share. For example, let's say the quilt business, having an e-commerce or having an online presence, especially being in a small area, was obviously a huge jump. So I'm certain that same thing, that community and this business community is a huge help to help you put that together, but also see that if you're not familiar with it. So I would definitely say focus on what they're telling you, and then be ready to even make little pivots or kind of pivot to adjust to get yourself on the ground. So that's something I've had to do a lot in this business. And your pivots don't take you away from your goal. Your pivots just take you to the next landing pad or the next step toward your goal. And this environment and these people are here to help you do that. So listen to them. Like I said, stay happy, stay motivated. It's not they're not beating up your ideas. They're helping you build them. So that's definitely the big piece.
Thank you, Taylor. Melinda, how about you? Any key lessons that you have learned, things that you wished you'd have known before that maybe you know now?
I guess practice. Practice your pitch and reaching out to people and getting help. But I also think, and it kind of goes along with what Taylor said, you just have to put yourself out there. And I know that it's hard, but you just have to do it. Because sometimes I'm like this, and I know there has to be some people that are like this. They want things to be perfect and everything to work right, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. A lot of times it's not like that, but you just have to put yourself out there, and you have to just believe in your idea and just go for it.
And Jolene, if you had one piece of advice to give future pitch participants, what would you tell them?
I agree with Melinda. Go for it. You just got to put yourself out there. Do it. It's not in my nature either, but just do it. Good, bad, or otherwise, do it. The other thing I would say is, after you're done, whether you're a winner or not, continue, maybe on a quarterly basis, maybe on a monthly basis, to review that pitch so that you keep your vision, your goals, your mission right in front of you and right present with you, because there are factors out there that will try to derail you and want you to do their gig, and it may not be your mission, your values, your goals. Stay on it.
Great, thank you. I've appreciated visiting with all of you guys this morning, and I hope that the advice and information that you have given to the participants today will be very helpful, and that they will take that to heart as you guys have been past winners. And I wish you all the very best of luck. I know we started a little bit early, and in the spirit of keeping things on track, I think we'll shift this back to Sheldon. I don't know, I think we have a minute or two if he wants to. Should we ask questions from the participants, Sheldon?
Does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
I do.
Time for one.
It's kind of specifically to, I'm just interested in your motivation behind going on Etsy when you already had a website where you had the online presence. With the overhead from Etsy, was it worth it to you?
Yes, definitely. You know, even last year when I was pitching, I know that there was a party that said, they'll never make that kind of sales, and never make the projections that I had put in my pitch. And the Elko County market is very finite. And so I have definitely expanded over to Lander, down to White Pine. And Etsy was a way that I could expand my market and still stay present with what I do. So yeah, I definitely would recommend that online presence to anybody that can do it. One of my most positive comments, believe it or not, on an online platform is my customer service. And you wouldn't think necessarily that you could do customer service online. You know, you've got that separation. You can do it. So.
Thank you. Thanks, Jolene. Good to
Thank
see
you.
All right, wonderful. Well, we want to thank our panelists, give them a round of applause, and thank you very much.